In the headlines, Taraba government relaxes 24-hour curfew in Karim community over clashes. Bauchi residents urge President Tinubu to address high taxation on food items. Sokoto state government sets up panel to probe Tambuwal administration. And on the foreign scene, thousands defy bans in France to rally against police violence. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I'm Aisha Salihu. Thanks for joining us. Governor of Taraba State, Agbu Kefas, has relaxed the 24-hour curfew in Karim town and its surroundings. This follows a positive engagement with key players of the feuding communities in the Karim Lamido local government area. A statement issued by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Yusuf Sanda, on Saturday said the curfew now takes effect from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. daily as a result of the dousing of the tension in the area. The statement added that the curfew was eased by 12 hours due to the positive outcome of further constructive engagement noticed by the Governor between the Workun and Karinja community leaders. The Governor had convened an emergency meeting with security agencies and critical stakeholders to resolve the crisis in Karim Lamido local government area. With significant decisions being made, the leaders subsequently traveled to their communities to inform their people of the resolution of the discussion. The Plateau State Chapter of Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria has accused personnel of Operation Rainbow, in a state security outfit, of burning down their houses in communities of Mango local government area of the state. The group says houses belonging to their members in the villages were burnt by the personnel of the operation and some individuals. Adam Musa completes the report.
According to the group, personnel of the operation arrived their communities when many of them were sleeping and started shooting sporadically with an armored personnel carrier, setting their houses on fire. When contacted on the incident, the coordinator of the security outfit, Singdang Mongak, denied the allegation, saying the accusation is misleading and unfounded.
I was able to reach my operational team, and there's no report that any Operation Rainbow is fronting any attack anywhere. If there's any irresponsible report getting to you now, I'm sure it's not our operatives. It's an assumption. Probably, if they are the ones attacking, I'm sure he might see a truck or something like that. The APC and the healers, none of our APC have been on. I'm on the tracking side now. There's no APC that was on from yesterday till 6 a.m. today. Yes, I can actually see it on our dashboard, on our operational decks.
But the state chairman of Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, Magban, Nuru Abdullahi, while confirming the incident, said the personnel of the operation led some thugs to burn down houses belonging to their members in the affected communities.
They chase Fulani away and thugs continue burning their houses, at especially Changal, Tiop, Janaret, Kombili, Dil, Nagar. These villages have been burned down. Now that we are talking, some other villages are on fire.
The Magban chairman, however, called on the federal government to intervene before things get out of hand.
As a matter of urgency, intervene immediately and take necessary actions to forestall further peace and security in the states.
Spokesperson of the State Police Command, Deputy Superintendent of Police, Alabo Alfred, and that of 3 Division of the Nigerian Army, Rukuba Barak, Lieutenant Colonel Ishaku Sebastian Takwa, did not respond to inquiries on the incident. There has been crisis in the villages of Mangu, Riom, and Barkila, the local government areas of the state, where more than 200 people were confirmed killed, including women and children, in the last few months. Ado Musa, Trust TV News, Jos.
The Benue State Police Command on Saturday killed 8 suspected bandits after a militia gang invaded Akpuna village in the Ukum local government area of the state. Reports say a militia gang invaded Akpuna village, Ukum LGA of Benue State, and were shooting sporadically at about 12 p.m. on Saturday. Police teams, in collaboration with other security agencies, rushed to the area and engaged the bandits, who were eventually repelled. It was further gathered that 8 corpses were recovered at the scene, while many other injured persons were taken to the hospital for treatment. Many persons were injured in a renewed cold clash that occurred on Saturday in the Ajegunle area of Ajeromi Ifelodun local government area of Lagos State. The renewal clash was the fallout of the 777 days celebration marked by cult gang members every year. Daily Trust reports that the fracas started at Okbaleye Street, but that it later spread to other parts. The fracas has also created heavy tension in Ajegunle. Armed policemen have since been deployed to maintain peace. The Lagos State Police Public Relations Officer Benjamin Hundeyin confirmed the incident, saying 2 suspects have been arrested for their alleged involvement in the fracas. Just recently, a naval rating identified as Harrison was hacked down by suspected cult member at Olowojeun Jeje Street, also in Ajegunle. Bauchi State residents have appealed to President Bola Tinubu to look into the high rate of taxation on food items in the country in order to cushion the impact of the economic hardship being experienced throughout the country. They made the appeal during a chat with Trust TV on the rising cost of living among Nigerians. Adamu Imam files in the report.
Amidst the high level of poverty in Nigeria, many believe that economic direction of the leadership in the country plays a key role in addressing the ugly phenomenon. Isa Saidu, a Bauchi resident, explained that he expects Mr. President to focus on reducing taxes on food items and reopening of the Nigerian border to reduce hunger.
Because I didn't see food items in the taxes removal. Those taxes, I didn't see anything on food items. I didn't see the opening of the border on importation of foods or things like that. But we are expecting that at least something will be done along that line.
He maintained that people from the northern part of Nigeria feel the impact of the hike in the price of fuel more than any other part of the country.
You find that it's not easy to pay school fees here and pay school fees in the other one. It's not easy actually. We are just easy to manage. It's not easy.
Meanwhile, some residents share their experiences on how they are coping with the situation. Despite the economic downturn in the country, we have to come to terms with where we have found ourselves. Apportioning blames will not help anybody. God chooses our leaders, hence we should fall back to Him for guidance. Life is so difficult these days that some people only feed once daily, and even if he goes out in search of hard menial jobs, he hardly gets any, especially those of us from rural communities. Saleh Adamu and Malam Haruna explain why it is now difficult for them to buy a portion of sweet potato even as they lament the situation. We usually buy the sack of sweet potato at the rate of 19,000 naira. If after sales I can make a profit of 500 naira, it's okay. In some instances, we don't make much profit. The current stock I have now, if I sell it the way I apportion them, I will be happy and thank God. I think the major reason for the price hike in sweet potato is lack of faith and sincerity among our people or marketers. It is not just only sweet potato. Everything skyrocket in the market is unbearable. However, many are hopeful that things will get better soon, since the current administration of Bola Tinubu has promised to address some of these economic challenges faced by Nigerian masses soonest. Adami Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
Motorists plying the Abuja-Kaduna highway have expressed worry over continued dilapidation of the road during raining season. A reporter who plied the road reports that vehicular gridlocks sets any moment and articulated vehicle breaks down on the road. Take a look.
This is Abuja-Kaduna Expressway, a road that links the nation's capital Abuja to northwestern states, but remains a constant nightmare for motorists and travelers due to its dilapidation over the years. A journey of less than 2 hours on average speed of 100 kilometers per hour to Kaduna takes between 3 and 4 hours if breakdown of heavy-duty vehicle is not recorded on the road. Timothy Hutwa says the federal government needs to fix the road even if it is to fill up the potholes to avoid accidents that not only delay travelers but also expose them to bandits.
The degree of that road, in fact the road is so deplorable to a point that vehicles have to be applying the other route that is under construction, and the construction is not going. So it will be better if the federal government can intervene quickly so that the road will be much better to apply.
The Abuja Express Road is too bad. Cars are just following one way, many cars are there dumped.
This is not a farm, but the Abuja-Kaduna road that only the likes of Salisu Isiaku care so much to fill up the potholes left unattended to live in it in such a deplorable state. Salisu Isiaku says he started feeling potholed following many devastating accidents on the road that claimed the lives of many Nigerians. There was an accident I witnessed where a car fell up this bridge with small children in it, and all of them died instantly. That had really stirred fears on us. And problem of these so many potholes along this road that made us come together and begin to try to fill up these potholes. And there was also a car that fell off into this river, making 5 people to die instantly. Aminu Isa is a bus driver that plies the highway regularly, and he wonders where the money budgeted by the previous administration of President Muhammadu Buhari for the reconstruction of the road has gone, and nothing significant is achieved. I spent 5 days in Great Lock in southern part of Nigeria, so almost all of the roads in the country is not good. And they were telling us that President Buhari has released money for the reconstruction of the road, which we have not seen anything. And we were also told that President Tinubu also released money. All we are pleading is that anybody that had a stake in the reconstruction of this road, let them help and fix the road. The immediate past administration of Muhammadu Buhari had in 2017 awarded the contract for the construction of Abuja-Kaduna-Kano Highway at the sum of 155.48 billion naira, and later increased to 797 billion naira in 2021 for a hybrid 2-lane 6-lane expressway. But the project remains uncompleted 6 years after.
Deplorable condition of the Abuja-Kaduna highway. Now we move over to Sokoto State, where the government has set up a commission of inquiry to probe all land allocations and government assets sold or auctioned during the tenure of former Governor Aminu Tambuwal. A statement signed by the press secretary to the governor, Ahmed Aliyu, noted that the committee would also ascertain the government bank account and amount realized from the sales and auctions of the assets. The statement added that the committee would examine the various allocations of lands throughout the state, including government-owned houses sold or auctioned. The committee was given 2 months from the date of its first sitting to submit its report. The 5-man committee was led by Justice M.A. Pindiga, retired, while Nasir Mohammed Binji would serve as its secretary. Other members of the committee include Chief Jacob E. Ochidi, SAN, Alhaji Usman Abubakar, and Barrister Lema Sambo Wali. A tragic multiple motor accident on Saturday claimed the lives of 3 men in Abuja, while 4 others, including 2 females and 2 males, were rushed to the hospital for medical attention, the FCT Police Command said. The Police Public Relations Officer of the command, SP Josephine Ade, in a statement noted that the incident occurred around 12:30 p.m. in Dutse, Bokma. Ade added that 4 vehicles involved in the accident had been safely secured at the police station. According to her, a Toyota Jeep with registration number BWR468CD, believed to belong to a Department of State security officer, was taken from the scene by DSS personnel from Ushafa, Abuja. Ade added that the driver of the vehicle has been identified as David C.Y. Audu, a male resident of Ushafa. You're watching the news update on Trust TV. Coming up after the break, we'll take a look at trending female hairstyles. Details of this story and more to come after the break. Don't go away.
When you read a paper or when you listen to news, you want to get the real facts.
That thing that they don't want you to say, those are the things I want the readers to know.
There's this satisfaction when you come the next day and your paper did well. And when I mean by your paper did well is that other papers don't have stories that are better than yours.
And that kind of thing, you see the story will attract interest.
I don't expect you to see such things. Me, I'm not a tribalism human being. If Mr. Buhari go out and arrest some compass.
You see, I've been in love with a newspaper for a very long time. It will not go because you cannot replace reading with internet this thing, because whatever you see in the internet is a combination of good, bad, and ugly.
Even in developed countries like US and Europe, there are still newspapers. There are newspapers who publish hundreds of thousands of copies.
That's great. That's good to see you.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is the news update on Trust TV. Here's a recap of some of our top stories. We told you that Taraba government relaxes 24-hour curfew in Karim community over clashes. Bauchi residents urge President Tinubu to address high taxation on food items. Moving to other stories, the indiscriminate dumping of waste around the Makurdi metropolis has attracted the attention of residents who have described it as a time bomb waiting to explode. To this end, they are calling on the government to put proactive measures in place to arrest the menace. Jimmy Azande tells us more.
The residents wondered why an urban setting like Makurdi is still littered with indiscriminate dump sites, in spite of the obvious health challenges associated with the act.
Many environmental activists have been talking about the consequences of waste products as they are illegally dumped in our environment. This attitude has been carried out by man, and it has degraded so much on their environment, making causing water pollution, air pollution, landslide. Yes, when you have an erosion, that can lead to a landslide. Yes, and there are a lot of infections that comes with waste products when they are illegally disposed.
They said the government, through the appropriate agencies, have failed to control waste, which is an environmental hazard.
My call is on the government of the Benue State. They say the Princessa precisely. If at all, they can also provide container for this area because I knew there is a provision of containers from this area where this dustbin can be deposited. So I called on the Benue State government to at least be in touch with the BENSASA to provide containers for these areas where these dustbins are being misplaced or anyhow, even in houses.
Residents of the state should have waste bins so that waste will be gathered, and government should put in place strategies and places where this waste can be put to so that they will come and then pack them to where they're supposed to. Because not like plastics, they cannot be dissolved, they cannot easily decay, and so they are very harmful. Therefore, they should be recycled.
Dump sites are mostly underdeveloped plots of lands and sections of the streets or public places. They are hopeful that the new government will introduce a framework that will enhance the hygienic environment for all. Jimmy Azande, Trust TV News, Makurdi.
A woman's hairstyle has over time been seen as an enhancer of their physical appearance. This underscores the proliferation of salons and other hair care outlets dedicated to either selling hair extensions or other items dedicated to making hair. In this report, Victoria Tokolo takes a look at how the business of hairdos changes women's look. The report is presented from our studio.
More often than not, the consensus that a woman has an appealing persona is a direct pointer to how beautiful her hairstyle is. This hairstyle sometimes come with extensions known as wigs or attachments, while others are made with the natural hair. A visit to some hairstyling shops and salons in Lagos reveals that most ladies prefer to style their hair using enhancements as against their natural hair. This has created a source of income for most young ladies, including the male folks who have taken wig making as a source of income. A hairdresser, Ro Luaye, speaks on the look wig gives women and girls.
As Africans generally, specifically, we have really curly hair, the 4C type of hair. And having 4C hair, the porosity levels are high. Like if you have natural hair and you pour water on it, the length is long, but before you know, shrinkage and everything. And it's not easy to maintain. But having a wig, just put your hair in all back, you're already looking classy and elegant to go. But the 4C hair it's a beautiful type of hair, but it takes a lot of effort.
Arolua Jacob, an undergraduate, speaks on why women and ladies, more often than not, prefer to go on wigs than their natural hair.
Who wear wig to enhance their beauty? Even like, okay, for example now, everybody is beautiful in their own sense. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Everybody is beautiful. But then some people think they are not beautiful enough, and then they have to enhance their beauty. So they use wigs, they use makeup, they use every other thing possible to be able to enhance their beauty and make them more beautiful. So I think that, in my own opinion, people wear wigs to enhance their beauty.
For many, adorning themselves in wigs gives them a more formal and official look that is suitable for the workplace.
Wigs as beauty to women and for easy combing. You know, at times the stress of combing your hair, so you using wig as well is going to ease that stress, and it's going to make women stand out. Like using wig, you know, there are different types of wigs. You know, you have women hair, we have they call it frontal and all stuff like that. So it makes them look classic and all that.
Whatever one's reason is for using natural or artificial hair, the consensus is that when properly styled, it gives women an improved outlook and boosts their confidence.
And now away from Nigeria, thousands of French protesters have defied a ban to march in central Paris against police violence a week after riots sparked by the killing of a teenager in a Pakistan suburb broke out. Police dispersed the 2,000 protesters from Paris' huge Place de la République on Saturday, sending several hundred people towards the wide Boulevard Magenta, where they were seen marching peacefully. After the demonstration, the Paris Police Department said 2 people were arrested. It said it had banned the planned demonstration due to a context of tensions. About 30 demonstrations against police violence also took place across France, including in the southern part city of Marseille and Strasbourg in the east. The rallies came a few weeks after the country was rocked by riots sparked by the killing of Nahel M at a traffic stop in the Nanterre suburb of the French capital. The 17-year-old Algerian and Moroccan origin was driving a sports car without a license. Finally, in sports news, Carlos Alcaraz reached the last 16 at Wimbledon on Saturday after a tough battle against Nicolas Jarry as defending women's champion Elena Rybakina snuffed out the hopes of Britain's final hope Katie Boulter. Rain returned to the All England club, meaning play on centre court started under the roof and later forced an early end to the action on the outside courts. Top seed Alcaraz is seen as the biggest threat to Novak Djokovic, who is gunning for a record equaling 8th men's title and 24th Grand Slam crown all overall. But the Spaniard, who won the grass court Queen's tournament last month, was made to work hard for the win by his Chilean opponent, seeded 25th before prevailing 6-3, 6-7, 6-8, 6-3, 7-5. The U.S. Open champion was playing his second match in 2 days after rain delays earlier in this week. Alcaraz will face Big Seven Matteo Berrettini in the fourth round after the 2021 runner-up beat Alexander Zverev 6-3, 7-6, 7-4, 7-6, and 7-5. With that, we've come to the end of the news update at this hour. Do not forget to follow us across all of our social media platforms. Join our YouTube live stream to follow up on more news updates, documentary, and more programs. I'm Aisha Salihu. Thanks for watching.